So far there has been two chances for me to challenge, and I could have got both of them. I'm upset.
You're upset. You're fucking upset. 11 years, Ben. 11 years without a championship. And
There's a chance.
yeah, I mean, they're up 5-2, or I don't know. I haven't looked in a minute, but
That's
they're up
4.
5. Dude, I hate this team. I hate all of my teams. I hate the Yankees. I hate the Giants. I hate Syracuse. I hate Miami. The Miami Heat.
Well, I know what's funny is like I was talking with Liz, and she was like, "What's it like? Do you like enjoy like rooting for teams?" I said, "No.
No.
I wish I just never
No.
rooted for a team."
No, we don't. Nope. I don't enjoy it. At one point in my childhood, I decided, hey, I'm going to be a Giants fan. Hey, I'm going to be a Yankee fan. Hey, I'm going to be a Miami Heat fan. And that choice as a child has scarred me the rest of my fucking life. This has been the worst World Series I've ever watched in my life. But we're here to talk about football. We're not here to talk about baseball. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Nick's Picks. It is week 9. We are past the halfway point, essentially. This pretty much is the halfway point of the regular season. And I am joined, as I am always, by Ben. Ben, week 9 of the NFL season. You still have reporter Nick here because I'm lazy. The microphone stands over here. Hang on. See, here's the issue, okay?
Tech talk with Nick.
It's stuck straight. It's completely straight. Headphone fell out. If I bend it, the springs just launch it back. Like it's not. I can't.
So he can't hear me, or maybe he can.
As I throw it onto the ground.
Your mic stand's a little too excited.
Yeah, it is. It's
bricked up.
It's getting it. But yes, we are back with Nick's Picks, and Ben did catch up 1 point last week. You had 12, I had 11. It is 84-82 currently going into week 9. Let's get through the week 8 recap. And honestly, this week, I was doing horrible through the 1 o'clock games. I had a lot wrong, and you were doing really well on me. And then I just kind of went perfect through all the 4 o'clock games and all that. So, I mean, I managed to get one differ correct, one of which we'll get to in a little bit. I got on a last-second heave by a
literally
rookie. But the week started with the Rams upsetting the Vikings, a controversial face mask call at the end of this game. Whether or not the Vikings would have actually gone all the way down the field and still scored, probably not. But regardless, I mean, that's something that if it was Patrick Mahomes, if it was Josh Allen, if it was
Mahomes, who was number 0 for the Rams, would have been arrested.
Probably. We move into the Sunday games, and it starts with the Jets, who are just fucking awful. They're just fucking awful. Again, they lose to the Patriots. Has nothing to do with how good the Patriots actually are. Nope. Just has everything to do with how bad the Jets are this year. I don't understand it.
Like, I mean, you got Aaron Rodgers, you got Breece Hall, you got Garrett Wilson, Devontae. Like, you have so much talent. I don't know.
We're going to be talking to Slower in a little bit, but the Packers barely get past the Jacksonville Jaguars. Again, Jordan Love goes down with another injury. Malik Willis has to take over. So there goes my MVP vote.
I think the reasons he wore a Brett Favre jersey, I think that's genuinely the reason.
I'll skip over the fact that the Lions put up 50 some odd points on the Tennessee Titans and get right into the fact that, Ben, you got one right on me. Your Falcons, you managed to get a win. How do you feel about it, though? I mean, I know you're a little on the fence about how the game went, but
I didn't know about the Kyle Pitts touchdown of what it was. That definitely, I will admit, was not a touchdown. So that's 2 games against the Bucs that they got extremely lucky. I don't care. We're 2-0 against them this season. I don't give a shit. But the defense definitely needs to get better. I mean, they gave up only 26, but the defense needs to do better.
Shout out to Tua. He played. They didn't win. The Cardinals won. Tua lived through the game. So shout out to Tua. Jameis Winston didn't suck too bad. They actually did pretty well. The Ravens kind of sucked. Texans went on to beat the Colts 23-20. Anthony Richardson took himself out of the game because he was tired. Name me another quarterback you've ever heard do that before. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, that's all of them right there. Bills managed to absolutely annihilate the Seahawks. They're back to being cold. They were hot for 1 week. They managed to beat the Falcons.
That was the 1 week.
They managed to ruin your hopes, and that was about it. And then we get to the one game that we differed this week that I got right, that Ben didn't get right, and that was on a Hail Mary by Jaden Daniels, who...
with no time left.
We basically, or I guess Slower basically said that whoever won this game was going to win Rookie of the Year. We didn't think Jaden Daniels was going to play in this game. It was kind of a game-time decision that he did, and thank God for the commies that he did, because nobody else on that team would have made that pass. That kid is special. Holy hell.
I was like, the only thing I am upset with that one, because I was teetering around that because I didn't know about Jaden Daniels. A little upset with that on me for that, but I kind of deserved to lose that when I picked the Bears. And was it Tyree Stevenson or whatever was just over there celebrating as the play is going on? Like, when I saw them, like, I deserved to not pick the Bears.
Broncos win, Chiefs win. 49ers managed to beat the Cowboys 30-24. Out of all the contracts that the Cowboys have given out, at least CeeDee Lamb's is kind of paying out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then really not much to talk about with the Giants-Steelers game. I mean, the Giants suck. That's first and foremost. But second of all, on the very last drive of the game, on fantasy, I switch out my defense every single week. And I always have whoever's playing the worst offenses, so typically the Giants. Whoever's playing the Giants is what defense I try to get. And for some reason, they keep ending up being teams that are available. So I switched to the Pittsburgh defense this week. I have Malik Neighbors just because I drafted him probably way too early in that draft anyway. So going into the game, I needed 27 points. I was currently at 26 points. I was 1 point away, and the Giants were on their final drive. And I watched Daniel Jones throw an interception, and I had way more joy than disappointment in Daniel Jones, because I cared way more about the fantasy team than I cared about Daniel Jones throwing that interception. I don't give a fuck anymore. That is why I'm telling that story. I don't give a fuck anymore. We lost.
I love it. I love it. At least, I mean, we've known this for the past, 3 years. Like, it's nothing new.
But with all that being said, like I said at the beginning, the score is 84-82. Ben caught up by 1 point, but it is still a 2-point advantage for moi. But before we move on to our Week 9 predictions, we do have Slower. He's coming back, and you guys hit the light goal last week. So Slower is going to have a face cam this week. I looked over at Ben, and I just said his name. Because, look at that face. How could you not say his name? But let's get Slower in here with his face cam.
No, I will get an actual face cam. I just was caught in the middle of something.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo? Hey, yo. Set shit up. What the fuck is my fucking... I swear to... I really feel like we should just be able to slap women. I don't know about you guys.
Hot take number 1, question mark.
Nick's already recording.
he says before he has the face cam up.
I'll say just put a picture of Ray Rice, Kareem Hunt, insert NFL player here. You know what the common denominators with all of them, Slower?
Say it. Fucking say it.
I will. You want me to?
Yeah, say it.
They're all NFL players.
Wow. Fuck is this face cam we were promised?
I'm sorry, my girl's coming in order to fucking... So it's hold on.
Hey, there he is. The man, the legend.
You got 8 hot takes for us, so we're going to have to bust through them all pretty quickly. So, hot take number 1, always bust.
First off,
always bust.
How are you guys? Steelers are going to make the AFC Championship game. Russell Wilson
wild. Okay.
Oh yeah, by the way, these are some of my craziest fucking takes. Out of all the weeks, these are the ones where you guys are going to be like, what? 3 touchdowns.
Thought that, but
they played the Giants.
3 touchdowns. And 0 picks, 542 yards in 2 games. Russell Wilson has with defense.
It's the 2 New York teams.
Okay, but who else do they have to beat? The Chargers, the Broncos,
the Ravens in their own division.
Nah.
Wow.
Nah.
Speaking of the AFC North, Jameis Winston looked pretty good on Sunday. Mm-hmm. So good, he's going to lead them to the playoffs.
I think it's possible.
I think
they have a very easy 3-game schedule.
I don't know their schedule on top of my head, but I could. It's plausible.
I'll give you that one.
It's Cardinals, Chargers, and I'm pretty sure Steelers. They can win all 3 of those games.
I was honestly, the only tough opponent is the Chiefs.
Jets won't win another game for the whole season. Ready? Here's our.
I'm with it.
I'm all with it too.
The Texans lost.
Yeah.
The Cardinals
lost.
Yeah.
That's close. It's close, but lost.
It's close, yeah.
Colts
also close, but lost.
Seahawks
lost.
Dolphins.
If Tua's still alive, then
I was like, if Tua's
loss.
alive and breathing, yeah.
Jags. That's the closest one. I think
That's the
50.
closest.
Yeah.
That's the closest. I see I would right now. I would pick the Jets to win that, but
Rams.
Loss. I think it's a loss.
Dolphins again.
If Tua's alive, loss.
They might not win another game for the rest of the season.
there are some easy games in there. They gotta win one. Come on, guys.
There's some 50-50s
But,
in there.
I'm with it just because of how bad they've looked.
There's a lot of shitty starters in the NFL right now, but I think one of them deserves the spotlight, especially because he might play Sunday. Malik Willis should be an NFL starter next year. He is currently 3-0 technically.
On the Titans.
Well, he beat the Titans, beat the Colts, and then came in halfway
I know, but
through and then beat the
what
Jags.
team is going to need a starting quarterback
I was
next
like,
year? Because you look at
Giants?
the
irony would be
they're going to
Titans.
draft one. You look at the Raiders, they're going to draft one. You look at the Panthers, potentially they're going to draft one. So, who's going to need a quarterback?
Vegas
Going
maybe.
into next year. Well, again, they're going to draft one. They're probably going to draft Shedeur Sanders. I don't know if the QB market's going to need Malik Willis. I think right now he's going to be a solid backup for Jordan Love for every time he gets injured because I'm starting him in fantasy. But
Same.
there's that.
I have a list of names for you guys, and I want you guys to just take a guess as to what they are. Ready?
Okay.
Jordan Love, Kirk Cousins, Tua, Joe Burrow, Lamar, Jalen Hurts, Herbert, Daniel Jones, Geno Smith, and Trevor Lawrence.
Is it something to do with passing yards?
No.
like,
No.
Is it interceptions? No, it won't be interceptions.
No. These are the quarterbacks that have been paid from 2023 to 2024. Not a single one has deserved their contract so far.
Wow, he even threw Jordan Love in there. That's growth.
Okay, Jordan Love. What was
To
on
be
there?
fair with Jordan Love, he's dealt with some injuries this year. So, like, how bad he's played
but
this
that can
year.
still be blamed with the contract.
I get it. But
yeah,
no, Trevor
And
Lawrence
he's doing
definitely hasn't lived up
interception
to it.
every single game.
Daniel Jones hasn't lived up to it.
Kirk.
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's starting to get back into rhythm. Again, he was injured all last year. Herbert's been bad.
Yeah. We have Jalen Hurts, who has been good last two games, but
he's been okay. It's up and down.
He hasn't been worth the contract, but he's been the franchise quarterback that they've wanted. So
I only know is Lamar. That's the only one.
Okay.
Yeah, Lamar, I would say he won an MVP. I know it wasn't a great statistic season for an MVP, but
he
you
won.
really argue with an MVP. That's what you're paying him to do, essentially.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco is going to lead the Colts to the AFC South title. As of right now, the Texans are 6-2. They have lost Stephon Diggs, and Nico Collins is out for another 2 weeks, I think. Colts are 4-2. Jags are 2-6, and Titans are 1-6. It's mainly just Colts versus
How in the fuck
Texans.
are the Texans 2 games ahead of the Colts?
I was like, Texans are 6-2, Colts are 4-4.
4-4.
Okay, wow. Yeah, where the fuck I looked that up is wrong, sorry.
So they're 2 games ahead of them.
Yeah.
The Texans haven't played great even with Stephon Diggs. And to be honest with you, I think losing Stephon Diggs could be one of the better things that happened to the Texans this season. That could be a hot take in itself.
Look what happened with the Bills when that happened, when they stopped going to Diggs. It worked just fine.
No, I still would ride with the Texans. I still think they win this division.
I think it's gonna be close, but I'm with the Texans still. I think they have the better defense.
To be fair, I had them in the Super Bowl, so I kind of have to. That's a little.
This is going to be the hottest take I think I've said so far for this whole series.
You say it every single week.
Oh, no. This one is...
I'm for it.
Both of the Sanders will be in Las Vegas next year, where Dion will be the head coach and Shedeur will be QB1.
Why the
I will
fuck
say this-
not? Why the fuck
I will
not?
say I didn't know there was another one. I only knew Shedeur. I didn't know there was another one.
Why
Well,
the fuck
there's
not?
Shiloh.
But no, yeah, I'm with it. Why not? What's the worst that could happen?
I feel bad for Antonio
Honestly.
Pierce, and I hope he gets a job somewhere. Probably more as a defensive coordinator, but yeah.
Last one. The Commanders had a really great win over the Bears. Hail Mary. If they can win that, I think they can win the playoff game this year. They're going to win the playoff game.
Yeah,
I
it
depends on the matchup.
depends.
but
Yeah,
I
it
can
really
see
depends on the matchup. Like if they get put up against the Rams or Seattle
say
or something
Atlanta.
like that.
I'll say Atlanta. They could definitely beat Atlanta.
If they get matched up with the 49ers, I don't.
No.
It's tough right now with the 49ers, but if they get matched up with the Eagles or something like that, I don't think they win that game. But
I think if it was Washington versus Packers, I think they'll be very
It could be
close
close.
to the game.
Packers, I think they could beat, no offense, but the Lions, I don't think they could.
Hell no.
So that's the one last thing I wanted to ask you before we let you out of here. Obviously, big game this weekend. Lions Packers. We all want to know how much you think the Packers are going to lose by this week.
Is it bad to say I have more confidence if Malik Willis plays instead of Jordan Love?
I think you lose the deep pass with Malik Willis, though.
I mean, yeah, but I would rather be on the field and keep the Lions off the field for a lot of the whole.
And you get a better run game with him and Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
Neil Heimerschmidt.
I think we lose by if we can just keep it close. I'm gonna say what Ben always says, if we can just keep it close, I'll be a happy man.
Speaking of Ben, I'm challenge baiting him this week, and I picked the Cowboys to beat the Falcons. We'll find out from him later whether or not he decides to challenge that pick. But do you think I'm right in this pick? Do you think the Cowboys beat the Falcons?
Where's it played at?
Is it in Atlanta or is it in Dallas? You would know that more.
It is in Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta.
I'm going Falcons.
What's sad is I think even if it's at the neutral field, we'll get to the picks. We'll get to them. No spoilers.
All right. Well, it was great to see you, Slower. Thank you, everybody, for the 7 likes to get Slower on here. And we'll see you, if not next week, definitely at some point later in the season. But
yes,
thank you, Slower.
Gentlemen,
appreciate
thank you.
As we will get back to our picks. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace.
God, he's just a looker, isn't he?
Oh.
He's just, chef's kiss. Anyways, before this gets any more crude than it needs to get, boom, there are our week 9 predictions. They are up on the screen right now for you guys to look at. Pause the video if you want to take a look at your special little team and see what we said about them. But let's get into these week 9 predictions. And God damn it, I did it all in one take this time.
No, this is actually his 3rd take, guys, by the way.
That was not. It was
not.
Take.
No,
It was first take. I went for it. And the NFL must have really thought that the Jets were going to do something this year, because the Jets get yet another primetime game. They are going up against the Texans for the Thursday night game this week. Y'all right there, Skipper?
Laptop's going to die.
But yeah, Jets... this isn't going to be much of a game. Texans are going to win this game. We don't have a whole lot of differs this week. We actually only have 2, but just a few games to go through before we get there. The Commies going up against the Giants. I will put out there, hot take, I do think the Giants defense could give Jaden Daniels one of his tougher games this season. However, the Giants offense isn't going to put up points, so it doesn't matter.
I was like, you would need the Giants defense to outscore the Commies offense.
Tua goes up against the team that took him out in the first place this season, so pray for Tua this week. Ben, not okay. Not okay.
Weirdly, that is not the worst thing that I have said.
Not at all, but pray for Tua.
No, in all seriousness, I hope he doesn't get hurt. But unironically,
we had a good 5 years.
It would be kind of fun. It would be kind of fun. If it's okay, I'm gonna say this right now.
5 years of the show. I mean, it was a good run.
if it's DeMar Hamlin, the jokes will write them.
We were
it was so
a good run. It was so fun. I'm glad you enjoyed Nick's picks over the years. Ravens Broncos, not that interesting. Chargers Browns, not that interesting. Saints Panthers, not that interesting. Bengals Raiders, not that interesting. So we get to a game that I'm baiting you, Ben. I am baiting you. It is the Falcons going up against the Cowboys. Sorry, couldn't think of the fucking name for a second. We did talk to Slower about this. I told him that I was baiting you for it. We didn't want to spoil the picks at all. So, Ben, you're picking the Falcons, obviously, because the Cowboys haven't done great this season. The Falcons it really depends on the week. Does it depend on this week? Is this the week? Is this a good week or a bad week?
I will say this. Okay, I want you to be genuinely honest with me. If this had nothing to do with picks for YouTube or whatever, do you genuinely 100% believe the Cowboys would beat the Falcons this week?
I think that this is a 50-50 game.
Okay. I agree with you, first of all. I totally agree with you on that. But I'm not dumb enough to bet on the Falcons, whether it's positive or negative.
Everyone wanted a challenge. Everyone was sitting there crossing their fingers challenge.
See, here's the thing, is I already in my mind would have challenged the Bucks games, and I would have gotten them. But then there's this one thought, if I finally do it, what if it doesn't work out? So you know what? I'm a pussy, and I'm not doing it.
Disappointment.
That's what my dad tells me.
I'm leaving that in. I hope your dad watches. Patriots Titans could be an interesting game. I'm not gonna watch it.
It's not. It's just not.
It's two shit teams, so it could be a close game, which makes it interesting. Our other differ of the week is the Cardinals and the Bears. You're riding with the Bears again.
As I said, I'm not, but I don't. Okay, I will put it this way: if the Bears defender actually focused up, I think that the Bears could have still won that game. I'm picking the Bears in this one solely because Call of Duty's out right now, and we're just gonna go off. If the trend is like 3-4 years worth, and it is a proven track record, you can't fault me on that.
I can, but I mean, I'm not going to challenge it because I think this is another 50-50. I have this a 1-point game. Like, this is a 50-50 matchup. But
I was like, I had this as a 3. I literally had this as a field goal.
Eagles Jaguars, I don't think it's going to be all that good a game. I do think the Eagles are finally starting to catch their stride a little bit, and I mean, the Jaguars still suck, so it is what it is there. Lions Packers, I do think is going to be an interesting game. I don't know whether or not Jordan Love is going to be playing in this game. I don't know the extent to his ball sack injury or groin injury, as they call it in professionals. I mean, it's in Green Bay. That's the only reason I think the Packers have a shot.
I was like, yeah, this is my Super Bowl team. It's the same thing with you when we talked with Slower about the Texans. Like, this is
your Super Bowl team that you haven't picked in these type of games over the last, 4 tries, and they keep winning these type of games. So now that you pick them, they're going to fucking lose.
Yeah.
Seahawks, Rams, not that interesting. I mean, the Rams are starting to kind of get their groove. I do think it's going to be a close game. I have it as a 1-point game. I think it could be 50-50. Again, the Seahawks are kind of like the Falcons. It depends on which fucking team shows up.
Always the Burr teams.
And the 2 primetime games, Sunday and Monday night, I don't think the Vikings-Colts are going to be all that interesting. I mean, it's a rematch of one of the better comebacks in NFL history when one of the teams was up 30-something to nothing at halftime. I do think the Vikings win this one. And then the Chiefs and the Bucks, I think, is an interesting game, and I think it would be hilarious if the Bucks could do what the Falcons couldn't, even though you guys swept the Bucks. I mean, you swept the Bucks, Ben.
To be fair, though, I'd be okay with it. I wouldn't be mad.
But that's really it for Nick's picks this week. Once Slower told me that he had 8 hot takes for us, I was like, Wednesday's gonna fucking suck. But it wasn't too bad.
I was like, I saw when he said 8, I looked over right at you, and it was just like, oh no.
You probably saw the look in my eye like, fuck you, Slower.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say that too.
Nope, I kept quiet. I was like, oh, I'm going to just keep rushing him through these picks. And he did. It was like a 13-minute recording session, which is by far his shortest. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoyed Slower in the comments. Let's keep the trend of the 7 likes thing going. I like it. So let's throw 7 likes down on this video just to keep Slower with a face cam. I don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like I said, drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you're followed over on Twitch. Follow Slower over on Twitch as well. All these links will be in the description. I did it last week.
I'm proud of you.
I'm getting good. God, 5 seasons in and I'm learning. Ben, is there anything you want to say before we head out of here?
No. My mental state, no matter what, week by week, whether it's a win or lose, is always up and down anyways with Atlanta, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just hoping the Yankees don't get swept right now.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, by the time this video is posted, the Yankees probably will have lost the World Series. Have a great one. Peace.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I'm sad.
You know what? I'm sad too.
I didn't ask. He left.
Bye, guys.